Probably 30 minutes in, still figuring out gear.
If you want
I'm
one
good.
of those, Mika, I will let you get 3 of them if you want to distribute 2 of them to another party member.
Thinking be an interesting consumable, so yeah.
Actually, I will let you give 1 to every party member because Jesus Christ, I didn't realize how cheap those were.
Alright.
What?
Here, I'll link it in the general chat here. Seemed like it could potentially be useful.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like
like
for
that.
all of us?
Yeah,
Do I have
they're
the
fairly
slot?
they're fairly low level and they're consumable.
It's a
So
consumable, it's not an attuned item.
Oh. Do you put it on something or do you just wear it?
you wear it, and if
Okay.
someone tries to fuck with your head, it shrivels up, so you kind of get warned that someone tried to fuck with you.
Oh, by the way,
Hmm.
fun fact. As of this most recent level, everybody within 15 feet of Lana just has +2 to whiz saves now.
Mm-hmm.
Within how much?
15 feet.
That's terrifying.
That's nice.
Like
That gives me a plus 29 to will saving throws.
yeah.
Dust of Disappearance was last time's consumable, I think, wasn't it? Because we had a consumable for
I believe.
Yes, I will chuck that then.
I stared long and hard at Quivering Palm, but it's just not something Lana would do. So
Lana doesn't 5-finger exploding heart technique people.
anything that would die to the fort save is not something she would use Quivering Palm on.
Is the warding bracelet temporary?
It's a consumable,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, it's temporary. Okay.
Seems like next time we go on a mission, it seems like that could occasionally be useful depending upon what we're going up against. So I can't see anything else that looks useful to Mika.
All right. Does everybody have their free permanent item and their 2 free consumables?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Speak up if you still need time, or forever hold your peace.
I can just figure it out while we're going.
Okay. So, how's everybody doing?
Vibin'.
Glad to hear it. So, where we last left off, you both had fun little adventures, and nothing of terrible importance happened on either of them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
It was
nothing
fun.
at all.
Nothing.
All right. So we're gonna start with one of the teams. We're gonna start with the team that went to hell.
So about that.
Oh, it's us.
Let me. So let's take a fun little adventure and see what the other party dealt with real quick.
So you did what now? What the fuck?
Yeah. That was fun.
Why? What? Why?
Look at the name of the map.
Why?
We had a good time. It was fine.
Did you now?
So.
What the hell?
They found the former precipice base. Unfortunately, somebody had love tapped it into the abyss. They figured out why when they found a giant skeleton trying to reanimate itself with a giant void steel spear piercing its heart, and a bunch of demons trying to pull the spear out. They killed most of the demons. Unfortunately, the skeleton woke up and kind of just bumbled through a giant portal, and he's not there anymore. So we'll have to deal with that in a bit.
It was a very uneventful mission.
Yeah.
Nothing of value was gained.
Yeah, it was just one giant skeleton. Well, what's the big deal?
Yeah, one giant skeleton that you guys have been looking for 16 levels. So
more like 11 levels.
You did. It's been 16 levels. You just didn't know it for a few levels.
True.
You did what?
So, they managed to survive their little trek into the abyss. They had a fun talk with the man inside the skeleton. That was a fun little adventure.
The man
He
inside
told
this-
them to go get some help because it wouldn't be proper for only two of them to be there for the end of it. And then he's like, "Oh, by the way, BT Dubs, can you hold on to this for me?" And yeeted the spear into the volcano and fucked off. And then Reese managed to grab that Void Steel spear, which is now listed under the resources. Nobody knows where the fuck it came from or who the fuck it's owned by, but it definitely looks like Ryan Drake's work and is reminiscent of Kirali design patterns. And they got flashbacks of a weird man that carried around a giant banner that was using that spear as its base and had giant flowing mane of white hair, similar to one of the former Seven Heroes, oddly enough.
Yep.
So research is going on into what exactly that spear is, but in the meantime,
Oh.
Team 2 went on a fun little expedition with Cornelius that definitely wasn't essentially a loot and scoot of
Definitely not.
a dwarven hold.
Not at all.
Um,
Absolutely not. How
I'm
dare
a-
you insinuate that?
I'm a dwarf. It was all properly done.
it was requisitioned rather than
Exactly.
stolen.
Precisely.
You definitely didn't totally take um, one giant alchemical gun known as the Roar of the Mountains, a stockpile of dwarven scatter guns, arquebuses, harmona guns, and hand cannons, a fire drake, 3 cannons, 2 artillery pieces, a stockpile of black powder ammunition, specialty ammunition, trollbane aerosol poisons, and 1 aerosol poison.
Reeves at this
I'm so
point
proud
is
of you
just
for
like
having that written down.
Reeves in the meeting is just like dumping the bags of holding onto the table.
And one Embermane. We brought an Embermane with us.
Oh yeah, I should probably bring him over.
I don't
We
think
should
he's
just-
in. I don't think he's in the bag, Mika.
Nobody came with us. It's legit.
Alright. He is going to be taking up one of the rooms that is now being used to hold all of this armory. So everybody, welcome Lon Drake Cindermane, the curmudgeon-y dwarf who spends the next 24 hours in the infirmary when you get back.
Pretty much.
Good.
Bless that level 12 man's heart.
He
Sorry,
did
level 9.
He did
Wow.
good.
He did good for a man full of gangrene.
Don't fuck with the Embermanes, damn it.
Alright. But yeah, you guys had a fun little adventure. You found the aforementioned Embermane holdout locked away with all of the gear, threatening to fire a point-blank alchemical shotgun designed to punch a hole through the demon host at point-blank range to the first thing that walked through the door. Managed to calm him down, and with his and Cornelius's help, got a bunch of equipment out before setting the rest of the stockpile to detonate when anybody tried to enter in through the room, and then escaped through the mines with the help of another one of the chain breakers, an extraordinarily elderly goblin by the name of Gab, who was very kind to assist you, but then explained that he had to remain behind to assist in freeing all of the unfortunate Cindermanes from their affliction. Considering the first person he helped free from their affliction ended up with a knife 9 inches into their jugular. That is probably not going to be a fun time for them, but beggars cannot be choosers, unfortunately.
Growth hurts.
Yeah. But I think all in all, both teams came back with a very nice haul in 2 different ways. And so we're going to be picking up in the downtime week. Do you guys want to go through your weeks first, just letting me know what you did during your downtime, or do we want to have the? Actually, no. Let's do that first, and then we'll have the planning session at the end. I think that'll be better for the flow. So, does anybody have anything specific they are doing during the week?
I'll be real with you, Matt. I ain't got shit this time, man.
That's fair. Lana can
Yeah.
shadow box for a week straight.
This is probably just gonna practice, train, study.
Nico played
Any
Yep.
roleplay stuff, I'll probably just snag roleplay slots for.
Yep, I will be opening up roleplay slots after this session for those who want it.
How are we handling like crafting upgrades for my thing?
I will let you make crafting checks in the same way that Mika does towards any of the upgrades that you wish to purchase for it.
Okay.
That's all
Was
we
there
do.
anything specific you wanted to work towards?
None of the customizations are really speaking to me necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is there something specific you're looking for to customize for your weapon? I may be able to come up with a customization.
I'll have to get back to you on that. But
Right.
maybe we'll just make the crafting check. Just
Yeah, make the crafting check now, and we can figure out how much gold you put towards either an ambiguous customization or as a discount towards your next item that you buy from the store.
Right, sounds good to me.
All right. What's up? Sorry, I thought I heard somebody ask a question.
No, I'm choking.
Ah,
Is that? Yeah, I think
it's important not to do that.
generally. I think Miko just be doing her
Very.
usually smithing,
Mm-hmm.
working on everybody's stuff, chatting with Londrick after he's passed out for a day.
Yep. Londrick joins the smithing squad, so now you have 4 people in there doing commissions and shit. That would be okay. And if we go by earn income, you are a master in crafting. So for this, goddamn, you guys start making money with this.
Say right now, I mean, she just flat out. I put the gold toward the third property rune, but happy to reduce that by any work I did on mine or other people's stuff.
Yeah, give me a crafting check.
Crafting check.
Hey, Bubba's. Let me move that.
All right.
Not terrible.
So, Reeves, 252 gold towards your next purchase.
Okay. 252. Okay.
Yep. No, you start making money with crafting. Mika, you put 175 towards your next craft.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or you can add it to your inventory now since you just did a bunch of purchasing as well.
Okay. 100.
From
Sorry. What was the number?
175.
Okay.
From prior shit, I have 332 recorded.
All right. So like 500.
No.
Between
332.
550 and 600.
Hmm?
So somewhere between 550 and 600.
Oh no, 332 is my current. Like
Oh, okay.
that's updated.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Yes. What would you like to do, Sam?
So the first half of the week, Tomas is probably spending most of it with Charles.
Mm-hmm.
But like the later half of the week, he's probably going to go knock on Nicandros' door and be like, "Hey, Nicandros,
Hmm?
you want to go build a temple?"
Yes, I suppose we can assist with that again.
So I'm almost done, and you've got like the holiness about you, and I feel like that probably helps.
He just thinks about all the fucking stone blocks he moved into place last time for you. He's just, yes, I'm certain that would be of great assistance.
He's just gonna go ahead and grab Nicandra's hand and then go find Nara and be like, Nara,
Yep, we're already there.
thanks. He's gonna work on his temple with Nicandros.
So you guys have a fun couple of days.
I have 4 days left.
Was that before going down?
Yeah.
Yes, between the two of you, you can wrap that up if you would like.
I want to wrap that up, please.
Yeah. So, as you're getting done with the final day you had planned to spend there, um, you see the last few pieces of the temple getting ready to push to be set in place, and Nicandros hands you the final brick.
I was gonna stare at it and then look at it. He's like, you know, I already built a town hall, but this is kind of like a case of shit. Fucking did it. He's gonna put the brick in.
Yes, piece by piece, we see it return to what it once was before. And hopefully, in time, you'll have a chance to show me what it all looked like before everything.
I was just gonna grin. He's like, Nicandros, you're funny. We're gonna make it better than it was before.
He smiles at that and just takes a moment to take in all of the work you both have put in over the past 2 weeks together. And you now have both a town hall and a temple built in place.
Yep. I'll be like, well, probably starting some houses then, I guess.
Yes, at least a few to help people move back in. And then
Yeah.
slowly but surely we can pick up the pace as we have more hands.
I wonder if Reese can send a message to Nim for me.
I imagine that can be arranged.
Lass will smile and give Nicandros like a quick kiss on the cheek. Be like, we should go back. He's probably lonely. That's a
I
word
suppose
for
it
it.
would be good to check in on him. Alright. And then Nara picks you up, and everybody is back at the tower. Was there anybody else that had something specific they wanted to do in the week?
Um, aside from other outside roleplay stuff, I think Reeves will be training with Blinn to formalize some new techniques,
Mm-hmm.
namely dispelling strike and
Yep.
other spells, spell like abilities. And Reeves will probably ask Lana to help spar with him.
No, Lana will happily oblige.
Hell yeah.
Do you have like stuff you can cast on yourself?
Uh, yeah, I've got like a bunch of. I mean, it's basically all my spell list is a bunch of buffs to help punch a little harder and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Can you weave those in and I'm going to try and lockpick them off of you.
uh, sure, yeah, I can do that. And Lana prepares like 18 echoing weapons in her spell slots, which she was already gonna do anyway. Let's be real, but
Bless her heart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's all Reeb said.
Perfect.
Lucas is gonna keep talking with Andrik and like maybe fill him in to the Nara approved level of what
Mm-hmm.
what kind of shit he has been dragged into.
Read him up as high as the security clearance
Yeah,
will go.
exactly. Yes. Like, all right, buddy, let me level with you. Other than that, that's nothing else specific.
You were very keen to leave out the part where I was signing up with a bunch of suicidal bastards, but
Can you really? I mean, given how we found you, I think you're in good company.
going to die, I guess, is a slight improvement on would be dead. So I guess I'll take it. And if nothing else, it seems like I'll have plenty of opportunity to see if my schematics were up to snuff. See if we can't find a way to get the roar ready for whenever that thing shows up.
See, on that note, there's definitely a few people you can talk to work on that. Got some tinkers around here.
Yeah, the other Cindergate fellow that was with you came by to talk about it already a bit. I think I'll be working with him and a few of the others. Certainly got a big cast here, but I'll figure something out.
I've got a regular good, pretty good, decent forge group going too, so bang things together, but we do pretty good.
Yes, our swords, shields, and armor. Got quite the cast.
Yep, they grow on you.
We'll have to see about that. As he's just like assembling his tools to go up and meet with Cornelius. Oh. But yeah, he looks to be.
Mika! Reed's got his Geneticus stuck in my gauntlets!
Again?
Yeah, he's trying to dispel something in it. I don't know. At least he's
Okay,
not
look.
stabbing his head anymore.
Look,
That's
look,
true.
just hold still and can you fetch Emmy while you're at it?
Just try not to stab my nut. Just try not
I'm
to stab his wrist. I
sorry.
need these.
It'll
I'm
buff out. It'll
sorry.
buff
That's
out.
what you
I
get for
promise.
messing with magic.
It'll buff out. We can fix it.
Look, this isn't an exact science.
And by the time you look back, Reindrake has already grumbled off somewhere.
It's like, what the fuck am I in now?
But yeah, all in all, a pretty normal week for you all as far as things go. And then, towards the end, as you are used to, on Wednesday you are called up to the top of the observatory. Be sure to reset all of your HP and spell points if you haven't done so yet.
Don't know if I have or not. I have not. Is there a quick reset button?
There's a long rest button somewhere on the sheet.
It's not on yours.
Oh, I might need to upgrade my sheets more for
Okay,
that now.
I'll fix it.
Sorry, you're gonna have to reset it manually.
Got it.
All right. So now I'll pulls you all together. So I've been looking over all of your reports from the last mission. I have to say, good job to both of you. It's quite the haul to begin preparations for what we now suspect will be a very soon encounter with the demon host based off what Reese, Tomas, Shaw, Nicandros, and Wolf reported during their mission. It seems that the demon host has awakened, and if he doesn't breach on his own, I imagine that it will be only a matter of time until the Silver Order finds some way to pull him from the abyss and into our realm. We've already set about working with all of the capable individuals we have at our disposal to prepare the observatory for war. It isn't a conventional battleship, but we're not fighting a conventional foe.
So about that.
Yes.
How spry is this thing?
Pretty fucking spry.
I mean,
it's gotten us around so far, and that's pretty tough to do with, evading gods. So I'm
Are
pretty
you referring
optimistic.
to the observatory or the demon host
the
specifically?
observatory.
Yes, long jumps are difficult, and even short jumps, I need maybe half a minute to make the proper preparations. Luckily, you all have been kind enough to outfit Emmy with the necessary resources to apply her domain to the observatory as well, so we have some manner of defense and offensive capabilities thanks to her domain. That should buy us some manner of protection when we drop in.
Okay. Well, that eases my worries about our maneuverability. To Reese's point, though, not Reese's. Yeah. But to Reese's point, though, um, yeah. Um, what more can you tell us about our big skeleton?
He's big.
It's pronounced skeleton.
Skeleton.
Hmm.
Large, regenerates very quickly. Unpleasant.
Yes, during the recorded skirmishes from the initial incursion, he was basically in he was basically untouchable by standard weapons. Only those that had significant magical enchantments were able to bypass their natural defenses. So conventional soldiers were next to useless against it. Uh, Considering the group here, I have need to ask: have you ever fought anything along the lines of a colossus before?
Everything's
Yeah,
a
sure.
colossus.
Every day.
Say,
No.
say, have we? Have any
I
of
mean,
Everything's
us?
everything's a colossus to me.
does Tiamat count?
My dad was a Colossus dick.
I'm
And
talking
Tiamat was
about
a colossal bitch. So
colossal in size, Tomas, though.
Um,
Moved.
don't think so. Some of the
Tiamat
synths were
would
big, but
be.
not that big.
Tiamat would probably be a relatively good comparison.
We didn't so much as fight Tiamat as buy time for the Jester to take care of her.
That is true.
Yes. I imagine you might have some more input on the situation in this upcoming fight, but considering our foe, it would not surprise me if the Silver Order, even if they weren't already there, were quick to arrive on the scene.
Their
I
But
mean,
prior
sorry, go ahead.
their priority would most definitely be dealing with it, though.
yeah,
Correct.
I have a hard time seeing a world where they turn on us when we show up when the the most dangerous thing in the realm is right there.
Right. So,
Well, you are a priority. The demon host is the entire point of our arrival here, and if they let it slip through their fingers, everything that both sides have worked towards will be lost in an instant.
I have
okay.
I would
concerns.
be wary
Yeah.
of trusting them too closely,
I agree.
I'm sure they'd be
but
happy to take pot shots, but do we? I mean, you talked with it? Him? Whatever?
the demon host, no.
Well, no.
I think I misheard earlier about
Uh,
a conversation then.
Nicandro speaks up. Are you talking about the vision we mentioned where we spoke to the one by the name of Reiner?
That would be what I meant, yeah, because I have no clue what happened. Neither me nor
Yeah.
Mika.
He's still fighting it, the demon host.
Oh,
It's been
After
wow.
af- after all this time. With a smile. Looks tired though.
I,
That very much sounds like him. Imove uh, inserts into the conversation. Glad to see he is still holding it at least. even if I wish that hadn't been put on him.
I made sure to give him a moment of rest.
You have my thanks, and hopefully, very soon, his duty will be at an end.
Fingers crossed.
So
Did he say anything specific to you all?
He said find the others and figure out a way to get me out of this mess. Which,
She just kind of rubs her temples a bit. That also tracks.
I mean, technically he doesn't know this because
he's
he
been
only saw really Silkus from my brain there, but we have found the others, so
And Aelin from mine.
Yeah. Luckily, we have everything, everyone, gathered at this point. It's just a matter of seeing it through.
I guess the question for seeing what through exactly. We've gathered, I mean, sort of gathered people, pieces, something, but what are we supposed to do with them? This guy, we don't know where he ran off to.
Yes, I'm currently looking into that now. There's a couple sites that we're seeing increased Silver Order activity. They tried to mask it, but it looks like they're trying to perform some sort of upscaled version of the summoning rituals we've seen them testing in the past, but
Didn't Shino fuck up one of their summoning sites? Is what we had sent him and that team on doing.
yes, that was a bit different. I'm referring to the one that we saw underneath the Olgarian city to the east, and that was being performed in the mountains by Matt's blanking on the name because he has too many gods. Valore, the one to summon and bind a large demonic host.
nah.
But go ahead.
Is there any general um magical significance to where the demon host's statue was before that went missing?
Magical. Not at the time, no, but its presence in the area has led to, over the last millennia, there being a very thin veil there. It's one of the sites we've been looking at, but we haven't seen any sign of magical activity uptick in the area, which it's making me a bit suspicious, honestly.
It's a little too quiet.
The ones they hid from me, I can't say for certain, but it's almost like they wanted me to find them. Uh, and from over your shoulders, you guys hear a clapping. Oh, I'm very proud of you. You figured it out. Valore thought he could use your previous grudges against you, but it seems that you've learned from your missteps. And as you look over your shoulder, you see half of the room ready their weapons.
Including Lana.
Probably Tomohawk.
Everybody.
Oh,
Hello.
it's you. And Lana immediately sheaths Dawnblade.
I can't.
He just gives an over courteous bow. I said I would return, and I have. And you just see Nar glaring daggers at him. Are you surprised? I figured it out before. What makes you think I wouldn't find it again?
Reese suddenly looks shook.
Are you surprised by what your sensors see, Nar? Does this make you feel better? And he wipes his face, his hand over the mask, and you see Nara kind of like. You see her grimace for a second. Right, your domain. Should have guessed it was you. Should have, perhaps, but luckily, out of all those that could find it, and those that are trying to find it, I was the one that made it here. Though I would recommend that we take a quick jump before anybody gets too curious. Everybody roll me a perception check real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Did Reese reach the correct conclusion, Matt, given the fact that you were chuckling right there?
I don't know what arrived last time somebody snuck into the
Yeah,
tower. That was
I know.
I don't actually remember what arrived last time.
Reese's
thing.
violin bow.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Um, so Wolf, Reeves, Mika, and Tomas just makes it. God bless the Eye of Robes. The Robe of Eyes. Shit. Um, you notice that as they shift a bit, you see about a fistful of sand drop from underneath their robes onto the floor.
Oh,
Let's just say that I don't think I'll be returning to Ethos's company anytime soon. They're rather upset with me. I did what I could to avoid being followed, but I imagine Valore will eventually track down the trail, so I recommend we move to another location.
are you
In
gonna be
fact, I
all?
have a specific one in mind.
Are you gonna
And he
be all
cocks his
right?
head at you. No. It's very likely I'll be dead within the next few hours. That's why it's important that we follow through on my end of the agreement before I no longer have the opportunity to. So, Nara, have you reported to them the findings other than the ritual site yet, or were you getting to that? That was what I was about to start going over as the next point of the conversation. Alongside the ritual sites, it seems that the Silver Order is mobilizing on several fronts. They're attempting to occupy several of the neighboring regions, cities, going through, unfortunately for them, Oliva Alari, as well as a few checkpoints into the Dwarven lands and Hearthlands, and doing small scale operations throughout Olgaria. It is not a large operation, but they have also taken measures to evacuate the citizens of Millstone towards one of their fortified locations.
Interesting. Any place else they're evacuating, or just Millstone?
Most of the remote villages that only have a handful of unconscripted people left in them are being evacuated towards major population centers at this point. I can't say I disagree with them, considering that once the demon host breaches into this realm, it will shatter the thinner points of the veil and lead to a flood of demonic activity. But it wouldn't surprise me if Millstone was also serving as a means to agitate us, to force our hand and exploit the specific weakness that you six have.
So sentimentality is a weakness now.
Usually
It
is.
is when you'll be unable to physically deploy to deal with the demon host if you take the time to besiege the city and return those from Millstone. At least that's what their plan was. It took them less time, probably, than you would have liked, but enough that you got away with it for a while. But they have noticed the specific windows in which you operate. You strike with the power and the subtlety of a lightning bolt. And unfortunately for you all, a lightning bolt won't win this war on its own. But I have certain information that might be of assistance to you that I've made sure has been delivered to a secure location for retrieval.
You
And
don't have
with
it
it,
on you?
I was being too heavily watched.
Hmm.
Neither Ethos nor any of the others particularly trusted me, for good reason, considering how things went. But regardless, it did make things rather difficult, so I had to go through extra channels.
Okay.
But
Uh,
I trust him, and we should have information that you might find very useful about Ethos and his purpose here. I haven't had an opportunity to dig through all of it myself, but considering what little I have seen, he's very much trying to keep people in the dark, as odd as that is for a god of sunlight.
She's just gonna give the Jester a look like, you find that odd, Ethos. God of sunlight as he is, he's a fucking jackass. Of course he's keeping people in the dark.
Considering all the information Brianna has passed to me, yes, that is rather odd, which is why I find this information so very curious.
Is
something.
Wait, are you suggesting that Ethos is acting out of character from what you would expect?
I don't know him personally, but Brianna seemed a bit surprised.
Hmm.
Well, well, like they say, the brightest lights cast the largest shadows. Or at least some people say that.
Indeed, and what a curious shadow he casts.
So, any reason you can't just relay the information to us?
it's
To
it
pass
sounded
things along verbally, I don't know all of it myself. What I have is a key to a cache of information that he has been trying to keep from us.
Ah.
That key is being delivered to me at a location only myself and the informant knows. And I would like you all, 6, to be there with me to retrieve it.
well. You don't have to ask me twice. It'd be an honor.
Reeves looks back towards Nara and says, "Do we have time for this?"
I'm not sure. And she looks over towards the gesture.
Does he
The
have time?
timeline is uncertain, but within the next few days, the demon host will breach one way or another. Considering your affliction, I will make this extraordinarily quick. I shouldn't need more than an hour of your time. I don't imagine I'll last much longer than that regardless, so it's what we're going to get either way.
All right. Time is set in an hourglass.
Either way, I'm all for it. The more information we have on Ethos, the better.
Of course.
I agree.
And
It's worth making time for it.
Hmm.
and isn't it fitting that the inheritors of the Seven get to witness the fall of the final member of Precipice, even if they were only there to cause their downfall in the end? I find it rather fitting. And on that high note, he just turns his attention to Nara. I should note very specifically I extend this audience only to this six. I'm very aware of what you've tried to do in the past, Nara. Do not send the owl or the elf or anybody else or any of your eyes to follow us, or I will make sure the key does not end in their hands. We cannot have this be compromised by extra prying eyes. I've made very specific preparations for this, and I'd prefer it not to be ruined in the end. A millennia is a lot of time to waste just to get a little sneak peek at what's inside. But the coordinates. And with a flash of confetti, uh, a parchment appears in front of Nara, and rolling her eyes, she sighs and picks up the paper and begins the coordinate shift to the destination. If you guys have any questions for the Jester, now would be a good time, considering from what he says, he will be dead within the hour.
Mika does have a question, but I'm also not sure if it's something we've asked him before.
Well, what is it?
About Tomas's favorite wandering fuckface, the
Which I can't.
cryptic dude. That how
But
we
Out of lost knowledge.
yes,
speaking of him, we need to find him.
that's what I wanted to ask the Jester about if he was acquainted with him or had, because that seems like someone he kind of hunch.
Unfortunately, I don't recall the name or the title. I'm only acquainted with the two motley crews, yours and Ethos's. I'm not aware of any rogue agents like that operating out in the field, though. That's a
Phys-
shame. He
physical
seems like he would have
descriptions.
been an interesting one to talk to.
The physical description doesn't ring any bells.
It does not.
Worth a shot.
Guess we're just fucking special then.
He always seemed to show up at entertaining moments with entertaining knowledge of things he shouldn't have known, much like you do, so kind of, you know.
Thanks for the gift, by the way.
Yes.
Of course. From one purveyor of the arts to another, I hope you find use for it.
Already have.
Reeves will hand over his slate of distant letters um, to Lynn, just in case.
Yep.
Just in case that causes any trouble.
Good catch. I would have disabled it when we went down there, but I suppose it's safer for you to keep it in good hands until we return. Or you
I don't.
return.
I don't like giving it up, but hey, better safe than sorry.
Unfortunately, in this case, I guess so. All right. Any final preparations?
Tomas is gonna, if everybody seems to have asked their questions, Tomas is gonna stand a little straighter. He's like, I have, I suppose, a more personal matter I wish to discuss with the party. I thought for a moment at first to do it as a one-on-one discussion, but I feel like in this case, it's something that needs, in my opinion, to be made aware to everybody here. Um, I have noticed in our last few attempts at deciding on missions that things have gotten a little more heated, and he's gonna give Reeves like a side eye glance. And I would like to state that I feel like there needs to be a reminder of who we are in general here. We are a bunch of goddamn fucking assholes who got shoved into bullshit that none of us wanted to do. But in the end, that is Reese, that is Reeves, that is Lana and Wolf, and we are our own people. We may have our differences of opinions, but in having those, I have expectations as a person. I am Tomas Eloshoran Vasalan Nilo, the Lord of Kaltesi. It is not a name I drop often, but it is a name that holds amount of respect. And when we are having discussions and I try to state my viewpoint, when others try to state their viewpoint and get yelled at and talked over and screamed at that we are not listening, that is not okay. We have to figure this out together, and we have to still respect each other's wishes and where the others want to go, what the others find important. Because if you have noticed, that mission that was just information that we knew nothing about turned out to tell us that the demon host is coming back. So I only ask in the future that when we do our discussions of our missions, we hold a little bit more respect for each other.
Reeves lets out a sigh and says, uh, uh, and says, "Yes, we were very fortunate that things turned out the way they did, given the information that we were given."
We were fortunate indeed, Reeves.
Look, I'm not here to tear people's heads off. Well, not your heads. I am also in the I am also heavily invested in the interest of this party, all living to see to see the other side of this. And I don't like that side eye you just gave me.
I feel like it was fitting, you see, as when I tried to speak my mind in that last discussion, you told me essentially to shut up and stormed away and did not hear me out when I tried to give my viewpoint.
Well, you weren't especially keen on listening to me either, but that's neither here or there. Let's get to this cache of information.
Absolutely. Just
Our path
something to keep on the mind.
our path forward is very singular. There will be no argument here.
Tomas will just sit back and stare at him for a while before just waiting.
Well, for what it's worth, I still love all you guys, and you're pretty much. I don't know. I think everyone in this room is pretty amazing. So let's just keep that in mind, and let's all go back to getting along. Hopefully.
All right.
Maybe you should have kept the thing to a one-on-one conversation, Tomas.
Mm, no, because I'll admit, we talk over each other all the time. We argue, we fight. It's something that I think everybody needs to keep in mind. That is why I kept it to the party.
Seems like it was very pointed towards one specific direction.
Oh, it was. Absolutely. It was pointed at you, but you know, it's good general knowledge. Reeves.
All right. So, does anybody else have any final conversations they want to have or any preparations they want to make before you go on the mission with the funny clown?
No, I'm good.
I don't think so. Nope.
Reese is just gonna do a quick thing in passing and just put a hand on Amove's shoulder and give it a squeeze, because he knows dropping that information was probably rough on her.
Yep. She just nods and puts her hand on yours and says, "Thanks. Come back safe, okay?"
I'll do my best.
All right. And after roughly 15 minutes, you guys make the jump per usual and end up outside of. Well, you're not entirely sure where. You can see a cave system uh, sprawling out in the middle of a wilderness that you're not entirely familiar with. The air is oddly crisp and cold, despite it being the middle of summer and mid afternoon at that. So it's definitely bit unusual as the Jester leads you off and down into the cavern system. He takes an ancient torch off the wall and, with a quick gesture, uh, lights a flame at the end of it and leads you all down a long, winding passage that leads, after several tight corners and unusual double backs, into passages that you didn't notice as you were initially walking by, to a set of stone stairs leading downward into the darkness until eventually you find yourselves walking back into a open clearing. Crisp, cool air striking against your flesh again, and as you look up, the sky seems oddly dim, almost as if you were looking up at the night sky, even though it was just midday, maybe an hour, if that, ago. Roll me. Anybody that wants to take a look at the ceiling and figure out what could be going on, roll me a Arcana or Occult check.
I'll roll an occult check.
Uh,
Arcane.
43.
Very specifically, not religion, Matt.
Yes, this is not
Okay.
this is not god magic, unfortunately.
Okay.
Not trained in either, but give it a shot. Yeah, nope.
Reeves and Reese, both of you looking up, you realize that this isn't probably the actual. This isn't probably a cut out into the sky above. This is probably a ceiling that has been enchanted to simulate the night sky for whatever reason, as it gives a somber, quiet atmosphere to what appears almost like a theater as you walk down a set of stairs towards a large stone double door. And the Jester stops at the doorway and puts a torch there in the empty holster before looking up at the door solemnly for a long moment as you all finish filtering in.
This motherfucker taking us to his domain.
What a name
Uh-huh.
The
for the map.
gestures too.
I was gonna ask if Mika could have been keeping an
I can't
eye
see.
out for things, but
Oh, fucking stupid bullshit. Hold on.
I know, it happens to me too. I empathize.
I can't see.
Foundry changed the way that it does lighting, and so it's really easy to forget to turn on vision.
Can you see
Yeah.
now?
No.
No.
No, sir.
No scrim, it's okay.
hey.
Got it.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Reese's theater trauma. How could you do this to him?
Yeah, sucks to suck. So, the Jester stops at the doorway and turns back to you and says, well, here we are. So, before we continue, I just have one last question for you all. The demon host will be arriving soon, and not long after it. Considering who you all are, I imagine you'll be taking a fight to those I formerly, begrudgingly admittingly, called allies. Do you think you're ready?
Well, I don't think it's a question of being ready. I think it's a question of just giving it everything we do have and hoping that we are.
Reese from the back over the heads of everyone makes a hand wobbling motion.
Even if we're not ready, it's not like we're gonna just back down after as far as we've come, right?
So are you ready to finally start taking this all seriously then?
But I've been taking this seriously since the beginning. I don't know if everybody else has been messing around and I just didn't get the memo.
I did for a
Uh,
while until Tiamat fucked with me. I've been taking it seriously since then.
I'm all for taking this super seriously. However, our perspective endgame in all of this, I'm not feeling super confident in.
What I'm saying is the analogy before is one I still stand by. The extent of your ability to act in all things here is akin to a lightning bolt. You strike hard and fast and obliterate everything within a small radius when you arrive. That doesn't win wars, and what you're getting into is a war. You aren't heroes that can save everybody, but you are people that can save them from a specific fate, and those are two entirely different things that you need to understand. We don't all get to play the shining hero.
Fine.
The best we can do sometimes is play with the hand we've got. So, to celebrate my final moments, allow me to be selfish for a moment.
Lana's just kind of reaching towards Dawnblade. She sees where this is going.
Yep. And you see, with a flick of his wrist from underneath his coat, he just procures a violin and gently pops it up against his chin and slowly pulls out a bow. Let us start slowly, so we might savor this, my final performance, and give proper consideration to if it will be yours as well. For if you can't, even best, the dying remnants of a failed god, what hope do you have in stopping the heavens from crashing down and ruining us all? And I
Man has a
would like
point.
everyone to roll me initiative.
Are you sure to do an encounter first?
I did. And once I have all the initiative, I will swap the music
Hey.
over.
What?
Hey!
Nice.
You fucked, idiot.
No!
The one person who doesn't want it.
Yay! Reese goes first.
No! We don't know that. Wolf hasn't rolled yet.
Come on, Wolf.
Roll your shit.
Obi-Wan Kowulful, you're our only hope.
We also don't have the Jester on there yet, so.
I know.
Wait, what the fuck did you just call me?
Obi-Wan Kowulful.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Aww.
Get fucked, idiot. You're still first. All right. So,
Oh yeah, hero point.
don't hero point your fucking
Really?
initiative.
Nathan!
Man.
I hero point my initiative.
That is a
Hey,
good decision going into a fight with a god. I'll take it.
Sure, man.
I appreciate the gusto. All right. All right. Let me make a quick note to somebody I forgot to send over.
I'm not gonna bother with my little intimidation thing. I have a feeling it's not going to. Oh.
I didn't mean to type that stupid, but all right. Let's shift over to the song that you hear the Jester begin to
I
play.
don't like that, Matt.
I love this.
Why do I need that information right now?
Because you're about to go fight a fucking god, baby.
I don't like it. I don't want to be first.
Sucks to suck. So, at the start of the round, the Jester
turn,
is
yeah.
going to play his layer action and begin the song with small beginnings. I need all of you to roll me your lowest save.
Excuse me?
Oh, I like that.
I rolled
Really?
42.
Yeah, you know what? No, I'll take the crit fail. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
What if they're tied?
Oh, jeez, are you serious?
Pick whatever
all-
one doesn't have a special effect.
Look at all those 33s.
Uh huh.
I don't know which one that is, Matt.
Hold on. Expert.
Okay.
So Will. So you hear a cacophonous sound of music surround you as the slow drawling notes at the start of the song inspire lethargy in all of you. Um, let's see. Reese, you're fine. Uh, the band around your wrists snaps as you start to feel something sapping the energy from your limbs, but the twang across your wrists hurts like a fucking bitch and snaps you out of it before you'd let it get too deep. Um, Reeves, Mika, Wolf, Tomas. The bracelets all snap on you as well. And they draw your attention away from the song and snap you back into the combat a little bit, but not enough before you feel your limbs grow distant and numb. Each of you are slowed one for the round. Lana. Even though the band snaps around you, you feel yourself oddly drawn into the music and just barely snap yourself out in time to realize what is going on. You are slowed two for the round.
Did I need to
And
roll
that's
for Maya?
yes. Maya does not get the bracelet bonus. Yeah, Maya's fine. Maya's vibing. Just doing the cat butt jiggle. She's into it. All right.
Was there something I had where my wills don't fail? Or there
What was that?
wasn't there something the fighters have about will saves don't? Or I have will saves don't fail.
Uh, I think that is a later level.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that was something I had on one of my saves. Maybe it's not will.
Yeah, it's on some of your other saves.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, slowed one. What does that do again?
You have one less action.
Gotcha.
So, Reese, you have all your actions. Everybody else is down one action except for Lana, who is down two.
How does
And
that
Maya is
interact?
fine.
How does that interact with our quicken weapons?
Cancels out.
Cancels out. Okay.
All right. Reese, what would you like to do with your first round? This fuckboy is stealing your gig.
He is stealing my cake.
Bard fight! Bard fight! Bard fight!
I'm double checking something real quick, but I'm pretty sure
Wolf, you're on deck.
that my dragon form is now heightened to 8th level.
Yep, so you can get big.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do that. Oh my gosh, it's so big.
Well. Oh wow. I'm, I'm like, what are you talking about? Looks over. Oh.
It doesn't even have the status anymore. I hate this. Hold on.
There you go.
Cool.
I'll change your icon too.
Thanks.
You flamboyant bitch.
Oh, did you get the...
Yeah, I
Okay.
have Reese Dragon somewhere.
Oh yeah, 3 square Reese. I don't want to know how you got that so quick, because I have no idea how to get that.
You drag the color onto you.
Oh. Let me just put that on my bar forever. There. I have it. Cool. I have 2 actions left, right? Because I'm quickened.
If that was a 2-action ability, yes, one of them has to be to strike.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. And is... Let me see here. I'm going to try a performance check for Draconic Harmonics.
Alright. Draconic Acoustics.
Boy, that's low.
What did I specify the DC was for that?
You didn't.
Fuck me.
I don't think.
Why am I such a stupid bitch?
With a standard DC for your level.
Oh, yeah, you pass it then.
Oh, I do. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Before we get super dug in, can we quickly take a 10? I had something come up real quick.
Yeah. Let's take 10 minutes here then. Somebody else had to step away real quick for something as well. So feel free to let me know what you're going to do, Reese, and we can apply that. And then we can, if you have anything for your final action when we get back, we can do that.
Sorry,
Um,
friends. It's important.
It's okay. I can just finish my turn when everybody's back.
I beg.
So feel free to get up and stretch your legs and get something to drink if you need it. Because we're about to have some fun.
I'm super glad this encounter came up because Reeves is just like, yeah, about that whole god killing business. Excuse?
He's like, if you can't handle a fucking dying cripple, what chance do you stand?
So it didn't come up, but who has the spear?
Tomas has had it, but he probably would have left it in
Fuck.
his room.
Yep, we need to take a vote when everybody's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's physically in Tomas's room, then we don't need to worry about it. But that should be a discussion we have afterwards.
Yeah. Because he's been studying it.
He probably wanted to avoid an advantage like that.
Yeah.
You can technically not bring it if you would like. But we will discuss that when everybody is back.
What was that?
I said you can technically not bring the spear if you would like to do so, but we will discuss that when we get back.
Okay.
Matt,
Yes.
since this is still somewhat new to me, does it take an action to start flying, or can I just fly?
You just fly.
Oh my god.
Was Draconic Harmonics a free action?
It is.
Okay.
Which is very benevolent of you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm fucking weird. You get me in like random moments of like being DM high, and I'll do anything. Can I help you?
No.
Boop. Did I make that thing in here yet? I probably should actually check that. Haha, Lamau.
Because it's every turn.
Ah.
That's probably why. Because you didn't want to eat my actions. I'm so thick now.
Yeah, you chonky.
I
Now,
wonder how tall I am.
Tomas just needs to make Maya big, and you can be the chonk squad.
I have 10-foot reach.
Yeah.
Excuse?
It's cat slap things from across the room. Where the fuck?
Bless the Jester for being a fibby bitch.
Hmm.
Hmm?
What'd you say?
I said bless the Jester for being a fibby bitch.
Fibby?
Yeah, he told fib.
He
Oh,
lied.
yeah.
Or who knows?
Was-
There might actually be a cache of information he'll give to us after we beat him.
I don't know. You have to beat his ass first. Live
Yeah.
or die. It's your
Yeah.
choice.
So if there is, he wasn't fibbing. He just omitted a condition to the agreement.
Hmm. He's a silly lad.
Yeah, I like him.
I appreciate him being a coy bitch constantly. Oh no, it should only take about an hour of your time to go do this. I'll be dead when we're done, so that's about how long we're gonna take regardless.
Matt, since we're on a 10-minute break, are these all pillars?
Yes.
Is the terrain breakable?
If you want to make an attack against the terrain.
Are those
Oh.
pillars supporting anything?
No.
Okay.
They're
I'm just
more
trying to
of a-
figure out how to squeeze my ass in that direction.
carefully.
Do you get HP in your form?
Yes, I do.
Temp. Yeah.
Oh.
Only 15 though, which means I still don't breach 200 HP.
Oh. What are you at?
With the temporary HP, do math. 183.
Wow.
Where the fuck is this stupid weapon?
You could also mention that Reese also has toughness to really telling you how noodly this boy is.
We have a dragon. It may be made of paper mache, but we have a dragon.
Wow.
I kid. This is like,
Where the fuck
wow,
is this
like that's less temp HP than I would have expected out of a spell like this, but
15.
yeah.
They are very careful because of how fucking busted True Polymorph is.
That's fair. Yeah.
D&D, if you have enough polymorphs, you basically have infinite HP.
Remember when I became a gold dragon and I won the game?
Yeah, you just crawled inside of a fucking lava spraying golem.
Yeah, because I was immune to fire damage.
Hmm.
Wow. And you like what? Bursted out or something?
It was a dungeon.
I see.
I doggy paddled in lava.
Wow.
Yeah, he was having a great time.
Disrespect.
Yeah,
And I got to keep it because it was true polymorph, so I just waited a couple hours and it was mine forever. Because gold dragons have the ability to shift into a human form.
Oh.
yeah. It's like what Jerome did in the campaign endgame, where he just true polymorphed into a crystal dragon and then dragon polymorphed back into a gnoll. Because wizards cheat.
D&D's silly.
Yeah. It is harder and easier to live forever in Pathfinder.
Easier?
Wait.
There are more different bullshit ways to live forever, but it mostly depends on if your DM gives you access to them.
Hmm.
I see.
Gonna be a few more for
I'll-
me, sorry.
That's fine. Take all the time you need. Do we have an icon for this? Oh god. God. This is the song I was listening to on loop, by the way.
Nerd.
Leave me alone.
The
What's this from?
music for the Guardian was what I played on loop for like 2 weeks before you fought it.
Hell yeah.
What's
Oh,
the song from?
Beastars.
Yep.
Beastar. Oh,
Beastars.
you
Yeah, what
furry
the fuck?
bitch.
Yeah. Excuse you?
What?
Kettle. Pot.
I'm a scaly, thank you.
Flanking motion.
I'm a fucking scaly.
SpongeBob meme here.
I do love that song I used for that boss, though.
Yeah, it was good.
That was such a good boss fight. I'll never recover. I'll never have a boss fight that good. That's it. That's me peaking. The rest of the campaign is all downhill.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there wasn't very much of the campaign left after that boss fight, and I think you landed it perfectly.
Oh no, this is in my current campaign. It's a boss they fought 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Vid has a pirate campaign.
No. Oh, I thought you were. Oh, you're referring to something else. Never mind.
Yeah.
How tall are the pillars, Matt?
15 feet.
Okay.
You can't dragon balancing act on top of the pillars and swat them like a cat.
I just wanted to like. I didn't care about them supporting my weight. I just want to be able to stand
No.
somewhere. But I'm 3 squares by 3 squares now.
I will allow you to fucking push your dragon ass up against and clip halfway into a pillar. It's fine.
Okay. I haven't decided if that's what I'm doing yet, but
Dragons
long-
are not a perfect cube of death of meat. Okay. They're
will
fine.
my
How
allies
long-
be able to slide under my leg?
How
Yeah.
long is your neck?
I don't even know.
Long enough, probably.
Long enough.
Yeah.
You can move
I
through
have
the
10-foot
squares of
reach.
creatures larger than you. Excuse me.
Uh, did Nathan actually keep his reroll of his initiative?
I think he did.
Okay.
He was very powerful.
Very, very powerful.
What a fucking Chad move.
Yeah.
Very Nathan move.
Very Nathan move.
Matt, you've accidentally given Reese more trauma.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's rough.
I'll talk to you about it later.
We.
I'm gonna remember that for tomorrow.
Don't bully Kafel in front of Kai.
Why not?
doesn't have to know that Kafel's a loser yet.
Yes, he does.
Okay, there it is.
Oh my god, where is it?
There we go.
Hey Matt,
Yeah. What's up?
can you tell me how this works? Because I looked it up
Oh,
and it says it's a 30-foot emanation, up to 2 creatures. But is the range 30 feet for where they can teleport to?
hold on.
It does say with to new positions within the area.
So within a 30-foot emanation of the right?
Within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
It's like a big reshuffle.
I want to save the fighter's action economy. But I don't know if it matters. Because they'll have to spend a move action either way, so... And they would be able to both... They will both be able to set in charge anyway, yeah?
From where they are, they can already sudden charge.
Yeah, so, like, me moving them closer wouldn't give them any benefit.
No.
Yeah. Or, if I move and reshuffle the thing, I can get them next to him.
Good. Just so they don't have
But...
to waste actions moving. That
Right.
is entirely up to you.
Right, but the quick thing only applies to just giving me an attack an attack.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be able to do it this turn because otherwise I would still have 3 actions
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and 2. God dang! Ah well.
Yeah, it fucks with you, isn't it?
Ah!
It's almost like the Jester's whole gimmick is being a piece of shit.
God, one day the spell will be useful.
The funny clown with dominion over
Oh.
souls and
Hmm?
emotions.
Hello?
That might be Sam hopping back in.
Oh.
I Sam hopping back in.
Hi. Also, I'll put it under general so people know how the AOE's work because they have a few types.
Matt, do you still have the math for how you converted the goods on the buildings that Tomas built into gold?
I'd have to look it up again.
Okay.
Those wristbands saved a couple of you from getting fucking bushwhacked.
Mm-hmm.
Reese is fine.
Fucking clutch.
Yeah.
Reese in the beginning of this fight is just like doing
Suddenly,
shit.
dragon.
Let me double check. Reese just barely passed because of the Reese just barely crit succeeded because of the bracelets, and everybody and most people shifted from crit fail to normal fail because of the bracelets. It's a
Wolf.
mean spell.
I'm glad that I crit succeeded it then.
Let you be a silly boy. I'm sure he will have no more funny spells.
How long does the
That's a
slug
lie.
last?
1 turn.
1 round.
Okay.